Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. My name is Candace Cooper. I am your host for all things wacky, conspiracy theories, pop culture. What the fuck is going on in the world? I don't know. Do you know? We're going to figure it out together. And I just want to say that yes, I am in my shining, glistening glory. I have my RMS makeup on, and then I made my own rice water spray with Damascus rose oil, some toner in there, and I just like spritz all day long. Somebody said to me that they were really worried about me moving to the desert. They were like, no, your skin. And I was like, look, don't even worry about it. Your girl has great oil production. It's going to be fine. So it is fucking dewy though, isn't it? That's okay. I'm having to have my midday cafe. I just cooked an early dinner and the kids are taken care of. Everything's taken care of. It's crazy because I ran out of cat food. So I went to Sprouts and I got cat food from Sprouts. But it gave the girls a little tummy ache, and Iggy must have gotten a little piece of it because he also had a tummy ache. Now, let me just explain to you guys my weekend, okay? Like, I have a zest for life unlike many other people that I've ever met. So I love to fucking carpe diem. I go to bed early, I wake up early, and I'm raring to go. So Friday I worked. Saturday I took off from my studio because I wanted to go to the farmer's market. I wanted to go to the Renaissance Fair. And then one of my friends hired me to help her put together all of the stuff for our women's event, a high tea Mad Hatter women's event. It's going to be so much fun. So I got up super early. I went to the farmer's market, got everything taken care of. I had to also run a half hour away, get the tea, then bring it back. Then I drove an hour all the way out to the Renaissance Fair to see my clients because one of my clients wrote a novel. It's called A Vengeful Realm, and you can find it on Amazon. And it's also very funny because they have been my clients since when I worked in Montclair, New Jersey. When I was a hairstylist in Montclair, New Jersey, a husband and wife were my clients. They ended up buying a house out here, and they're my clients out here as well. It's crazy. But I promised them that I would go to their book event at the Renaissance Fair. And as I always, I'm a woman of my word. Even though it took me an hour to get there, and I had a crazy, crazy day. And then I had to work after that event. I still went and took care of everything. And I fucking love the Renaissance Fair. I got a caramel apple with rainbow sprinkles that I saved until later that night when I could enjoy it. And I got a bratwurst with sauerkraut because I fucking love sauerkraut. I did not get mustard on it. Quinn! Because I didn't want to get mustard all over myself. I did, however, take a giant bite out of the bratwurst and like juice shot all over my face. I was so annoyed, but it was okay. And then I drove an hour to my friend's house, and we took out all the hats because it's a Mad Hatters event. And we put all the tea stuff together, or not the tea stuff. I did all the dishes. She got the tea stuff ready. I prepped everything. And we had such a great time. So that was 3 hours. So I literally went from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. when I got home on Saturday night. And then I woke up Sunday and had a day at my hair studio. So it has been wild. And then throw in the animals, throw in home cooked meals, throw in not eating out, except for the bratwurst. I even stopped at Chipotle and I just got a water. It was $3.60 for a little bottle of water at Chipotle. What a fucking ripoff. It was crazy. So that was my weekend. And now today, Monday, is... What are you doing, Quinn? That's cactus. This is technically my weekend. Monday, Sunday, Monday, but I worked and here I am. Come in. The door is open, you nut. Anyway, I'm enjoying my coffee. We're going to chit chat about what the fuck is going on. Quinny. So let's see, you guys. Hold on. Quinn. Let's lower this a smidgen. Can you guys see me better? There we go. There we go. Oh, I have a fly in the house. That's okay. A little monitoring spirit. Good. Monitor. Monitor away. Yeah, well, this is funny. Let's start off with this. The whole like Jeff Lewis and his whole dating life. He is such an Aries. OMG, like they can never be alone. Like be alone. My God. But he hit it off with Rick and Kelly's friend. Is it Harry? Was making out with Harry, dating Harry. I mean, good for him. God bless. You know, we all want to find love. But it's like he really has not taken his mind off of the whole dating world since he broke up with Stu. And I still follow Stu on Instagram. And little Milo's birthday was the other day. I don't think Stu has moved on. Remember when we thought Stu was dating that guy in New York City? I mean, was it over Christmas, over the holidays that he posted that guy? And nothing really ever like happened with that. So I don't know if Stu is dating anybody. Do we think that Jeff and Stu would, in an, I don't know, like alternate reality, ever end up together again? I thought that they were a really handsome couple. And I do think that Jeff needs a level of chaos in his life. And I get it. I understand because I think that I have been attracted to guys who were like sexy and a little bit chaotic in my past. I wonder, I feel like now as I've gotten older, that like sheen of like interest and sexiness and mysteriousness, I don't think it really captivates me the way it once did when I was younger. But Jeff seems to really like a little bit of chaos in his life, the on, the off. And I've had a lot of those relationships in my life as well, where we'll be together for 3 weeks, we'll break up for 3 months. We'll be together for a month, we'll break up for 2 months. We'll be together for 3 months, we'll break up for a week. Like I've had a lot of my relationships in my 30s were all like that. And truly, the only time I ever was in a relationship where we never really, well, me and my ex-husband, when we were like we got separated for 8 months. We came back together for like 3 months. And then we broke up again and got divorced for real after that. But prior to us getting separated, we were always like we were like, I was, because now I'm like thinking back to that relationship, and I mean, he was not faithful. So. Anyway, can confirm dating is difficult. Moral of the story, it's a fucking shit show. I know someone was talking about it astrologically the other day, and I said, I didn't even really watch the full video. I just said all the good ones are taken. They're all married, or, you know, they haven't been widowed yet. And like, God forbid, nobody wants to think that way. Nobody wants to say that. But at my age, they're either on their first divorce, you know, or someone has passed away or something like that. Like, yeah, they're all married and they're not on their first divorce yet. I got married and divorced quick, like, and young, 26 to 30. So and then I spent all of my 30s, just kind of like doing my own thing, exploring. I will say things that I regret not investing $20 a week for the last 10 years of my life. It's such a minuscule investment into your future security. And it's seriously such a no-brainer. It's $20 a week. Like, we can all find $20 a week to put away every single week, whether it be in a high yield savings account, whether it be in crypto, whether it be in the stock market. Like, we can all find $20 a week to invest in ourselves. It's crazy. But I guess all of that knowledge comes with age if you don't have people guiding you and family members who are knowledgeable in finances and growing wealth and generational wealth. It's, really just starting from the absolute fucking bottom. And thankfully, I am a motivated person enough where I care about my future and I care about my financial security and stability. And so it's become very much at the forefront of my mind. And thankfully, I do take the initiative to learn in my free time. So I would say that if I could go back and tell myself anything, it would be, don't even bother with the dudes. Focus on your money, your fitness, your health, your inner and outer beauty, and your community. Whether it be going to game night with the same group of people, whether it be going to a cooking class, whether it be whatever. If I could go back and tell my 18, 19, 20, 30-year-old self, it would be, just focus on your financial stability, well-being, your health, everything. And I was like, and it's perfect for me to remind myself of those lessons now, because when I had this thought a few weeks ago, then it clicked even further. And everybody is so obsessed. If you're a woman and you don't have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner or whatever, society is so flipping annoying. And when I was having this thought the other day, if I could go back and tell my younger self this, I said to myself, why wouldn't I tell myself that now? Because there's so much pressure to be in a relationship. And it's like, I have standards. And if somebody doesn't treat me better than the baseline of how I already treat myself, then I have absolutely no desire to waste not 1 second of my time on them. And then I was watching a TikTok of a girl the other day saying she met this guy on Tinder, and he had said to her, like, oh, why don't you park at my friend's house? He has free parking. They live in Boston. She thought, great, free parking. Of course, like, I guess parking is scarce there. Turns out it was 25 minutes away from the restaurant, and then she had to walk with this strange guy that she didn't even know the first time she's meeting, and he's being a complete creep. And then she had to walk all the way back in the dark and the cold through a deserted park back to her car with him. It's like, when people break my balls about fucking dating, I want to say to them, why, instead of like saying that, why don't you say, holy shit, Candace, like, you are so fucking awesome. The fact that you've built something out of nothing. You are so fucking awesome that you have taken great care of your body and your mental health and your physical health. Like, no, like, people just want to focus on the fact that I don't have a partner. It's so fucking weird. And it makes me want to not talk to people. Because I'm like, if you can't appreciate what I've built in my life from absolutely nothing, and the only thing that you care about is male attention, we're not on the same wavelength. So I really do wish Jeff would take like a few months off of dating. Because now people are saying, I don't know, I guess someone is saying on Reddit that Jeff Lewis was I don't know, out, left Monroe at Rick and Kelly's house and then was out at some hotel, partying and all of that stuff. And it's like, that is fucking crazy. And I do think about that all the time with him because he does share so much and he is such like a public figure like that. He's almost like setting himself up a little bit. He should be a little bit more guarded. I will say that. But the dating scene is fucking wild. Jeff had Sheena on, and he did really drag Sheena's lawyer and make fun of the lawyer because the lawyer was like, I'm going on an official vacation and yada, yada, yada. But Sheena's cute. She's such like a pick-me-sha. She really is. And I think from outsiders looking into her life, like her daughter is beautiful. She has an incredibly handsome husband. They are teasing VPR saying, with Sheena saying to Brock, I don't think we're going to end up together, or I don't think we're going to be together long term. Now, you know that is a sound bite, okay? I want to know what the rest of the sound bite is. Is it like, I don't think we're going to end up together if X, Y, and Z. Or if X, Y, and Z doesn't happen, I don't know if we're going to end up together. But that soundbite, that's a fucking lie. And like we could all say, oh, Andy Cohen gave us the TikTok and said like it's amazing. The last 7 episodes are amazing. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm sure they're going to bring the noise in some capacity because these previous episodes, they're a bit of a fucking snooze. But I just don't know if if it's going to live up to the hype. And I know how sound bites are created. And when you hear the full scene, it's never what they tease on the commercial. Or remember when they would do like previews for movies and commercials for movies, and you get to the movie theater and what they teased wasn't even in the fucking film. That would drive me crazy. But of course, I'm going to be watching. I have to say that when it comes to Vanderpump, when it comes to Summer House, when it comes to Southern Charm, when it comes to Beverly Hills, when it comes to the old New York, I will just put those episodes on in the background whenever they air, whatever date they air. I will put them on. And I will play that episode until the next one comes on. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I like to just, like, I have watched this last Vanderpump Rules episode 13 times. And it, like, literally just aired on Wednesday. It's every time I watch it, I see something new. I just feel like Lisa Vanderpump has had it up to here with those kids, or she's going through something. I don't know, but she seems very lethargic. And I wonder, she only really seems lethargic around that group of people because when she was on the phone with Sandoval at the Wolf restaurant, she was like so happy, so upbeat. And she was like, I hope everything's going well with you guys. And I was just like, I don't know. Like she hates Jax. She doesn't talk to Jax and Brittany anymore. I just feel like I wonder if she would ever talk to any of these people ever again if VPR wasn't a thing. Because when Sheena went over to her Villa Rosa, she was like, what do you want to see me for? And I was like, whoa, that was like a little bit bitchy, a little bit snarky of Lisa to say to Sheena. But she was just so laissez-faire, leaning back, like, whatever. Even her conversation with Lala when she was talking to Lala about getting a sperm donor. I don't know. Something is going on with Lisa Vanderpump. I don't know what it is. Who knows if it's health related? I'm sure she's fine. But there seems to be something weighing on her. It could just be the loss of Pump. I don't think she has lost anything in probably a decade and a half. So for her to have to close Pump, that probably was a really huge blow to her. I don't know. What do you think? Do you sense like a little lethargy in Lisa's personality lately? Confirm, deny? Let me know in the comments below. It was wild to see Katie and Lala go at it when Katie was like, say it with your whole fucking chest. I was like, okay, okay. That was like the spiciest we've seen Katie ever. Not true, not true, not true. We've seen spicy tequila Katie for many, many seasons. But I was surprised to see her go toe to toe with Lala. And it all makes sense now that Lala has Pluto in her first house, because I know that she's a Virgo, and Virgos are kind of like not very spicy. However, if Lala has Pluto and Scorpio, which I think she does in her first house, Pluto and Scorpio in your first house, that's fucking heavy. Like, it's definitely a darker, I want to say, representation of that energy. Pluto is already the underworld in Scorpio. It's like death and rebirth and, you know, the underbelly of society, the underbelly of life, which makes sense. It's like she was dating a married man that she had to keep secret for so long, who ended up cheating on her, and now she's a single parent. And it's like Pluto and Scorpio, that's my generation. We grew up with like lots of sexual trauma. Like, no sleepovers, okay? No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. So if Lala does have Pluto and Scorpio in the first house, it explains to me why she is so thuggy and intense. So who knows? But she was really funny. She did diffuse the situation quickly when she was like, I don't know. This is how I am. Here's my birth chart. I have Pluto in the first house. I did crack up at that. That was very, very funny. Congratulations to her as well for being pregnant. And I hope, everything goes smoothly. She seems to have taken to motherhood so effortlessly. And the fact that she has her brother and her mom and seemingly endless support. How fucking lucky is she? If I had Lala's life, I would have a million kids too. I am 100% sick of Ariana. 150 million% sick of Ariana. And everything that they are alluding to in these current episodes is that something about her is not happening. Because when she explains her financial situation, and this is one thing that I want to like drive home to people, just because somebody's on TV doesn't mean they make a lot of money. In fact, usually you're spending more money because it's like you're trying to uphold an image, but you really don't get paid enough to support that image. So just from someone who's been in the industry forever and ever and ever, it's wardrobe, it's hair, it's makeup, it's fitness, it's beauty products, it's all of that stuff. It's very, very expensive. So when Ariana was explaining her financial situation, saying like when they finally started to make really good money, they decided to buy that stupid fucking house together. And in my mind, Ariana didn't really feel worthy of that entire house because she's now sequestered herself, like the little Cancer she is, to that one big bedroom, which is probably the size of their entire apartment prior to them getting this house. And I like when Stassi was talking about on her podcast recently about like having self-worth and, like being able to feel worthy of having a bigger house than she has now and to have more success and financial success than she does currently. I feel like a lot of the cast of Vanderpump Rules, they were struggling actors, they were struggling musicians, they were, from all different parts of the country. They're not originally from LA, from rich families, which is kind of like what's endearing about them. But when they started to make big money, you really have to go into therapy when you start to make big money like that, or if you come into big money like that, because it is a very big shock to your system. And sometimes your body will do everything in its power to reject that because it's not something that it knows well. and your body and your ego is built to keep you alive, essentially. People want to shit on the ego all the time, but our ego really does have a purpose. So when I'm seeing Ariana in that bedroom, I'm thinking, like, is that all that she feels worthy of? You know, they could sell that house and they could each, you know, split the profits or whatever. I'm sure they did take out a second mortgage on the house, so who knows what they would actually end up getting back. But, you know, get a nice apartment, get a cute condo, something like that. But when you are a regular person and then you come into a lot of money and you don't have the faculties, capacity, or support to process what it is, like what a giant responsibility having a large chunk of money thrown at you is, you will sabotage yourself, which is, I think, what Sandoval's done. I think it's what Schwartz has done. The fact that Schwartz continuously has shit on Katie and chosen everyone but Katie infuriates me. And Katie and I have a similar birthday. I think we're a day apart, a few years apart, and a day. But men have really let me down in this lifetime. And as feminine as I am, like, I am so feminine, but when I'm around men, I don't feel safe. Like, I don't feel like they make good decisions. I don't feel like they're wise. I don't feel like they're strong in their convictions. I feel like they want to fit in with the crowd. They don't want to rock the boat. They want to be chosen for the kickball team. Whereas, like, women, we are like the ones standing up. And I often wonder if this was like just how it is for all of eternity. But I really do empathize with Katie and her being in so deeply rooted in her masculine. I wonder if she'll grow her hair out. I wonder, I mean, she is very much in her masculine. I wonder if she'll ever meet a guy who will put her in her feminine, or if she'll go the other way and date women. Because, you know, the teaser for VPR coming up is Katie and Tom dating the same woman. So who the fuck knows? It's very interesting. I did say this in one of my TikToks, I think last year, and I said Tom Schwartz will move on immediately with a younger woman, and Katie, it will take her 10 years to move on. Because Schwartz is such a surface level person. He is like the depth of a thimble. Like, seriously. So he's dating like some rich 24-year-old girl. Of course he is. And I'm sure Sandoval will be doing the same. And another thing, when Sandoval was saying that he wanted to buy Ariana out of that house, I was like, he wants to buy Ariana out of that house and have Jax and Schwartz live with him. It's like the fucking male version of Golden Girls. But that is, and then he literally said in the teaser to Schwartz, you could move in if I get the house. And I was like, I fucking knew it. These guys are so predictable. Get a new script. Kate Middleton, she's gone. Who knows? I have such a crazy imagination that my imagination is like Kate found out. This is not what anyone's saying. This is purely my imagination for what I think happened to Kate Middleton. In my mind, I'm like, she found out about Rose Hanbury. He got Rose Hanbury pregnant, and she did like a, what's it called? Oh my God. Where like you stab, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, where you stab yourself. And that's why she had like abdominal surgery. I don't know, but this is like where my fucking imagination went. She found out about Rose Hanbury, Hanbert, whatever her name is, of Chalamondi. And Rose is pregnant with William's child. She stabbed herself in the stomach. Then they had to take her for abdominal surgery. Then she didn't recover from abdominal surgery because it was too deep. Now they're cloning her. Like, that's where my imagination goes with the whole Kate Middleton thing. I'm just like, because truth is always so much stranger than fiction. It just is. Like, even on a mundane level of your life, if you think about your life, well, if I think about my life, when I think about, I'm like, yeah, my small town and the drama of my small town growing up in the 80s and 90s was so much stranger than like any fiction writer could write. There were murders, there were like all kinds of crazy shit. Like all kinds of crazy shit. It's just so, and then you think like on a royal level, it's the stakes are so much higher. Everything is so much crazier, so much more intense, so much more secretive and protocols. And so my theory is literally, I think that Kate had a nervous fucking breakdown, stabbed herself, Harry Carey. I don't know. Is that what you call it? Harajuku girl? I don't know. Stabbed herself in the stomach. They tried to do abdominal surgery. She didn't make it. And now they're cloning her. Those are my theories. Um, I am taking a break from my gels, my poor little nails. They got so long. They were so, so long. So I had to take the gel off and then just cut them. And I think that I'm going to be doing a little rest from the gel. There's a girl on TikTok right now who's had periorbital dermatitis for like a year. And people are saying, take the gels off, ba ba ba. I'm going to continue to do gels on my nail, but I'm going to take a little, I always do, but I'm going to take a little break in between. And I am putting OPI's strengthener on. It's just like this liquid. It's not a nail polish or anything, although I will do a strengthening nail polish. But it's just like just a strengthening liquid that you put on. And for all of my perimenopausal girlies out there, I got the wild yam cream and I've been putting it on the inside of my arm, like alternating it, like Barbara O'Neill said. She said to like one day put it on the inside of your arm, the inside of your legs, which is what I did the other day. Then I put it behind my knees and around my ankles and on my pelvic area. So I'm doing that because, and I'm going to get a weighted vest because I don't want to get osteoporosis. And thankfully, like I do lift weights and I do work out and all of that stuff. But it is really important for us to have that like resistance. So I'm going to get a weighted vest and yeah, taking a break from the old Gelleronies. I have to do my teasy lights because my roots are, I mean, they're so long. But I just washed my hair today and put it up in a little bun because keeping it simple. Did a nice long walk with Iggy and his best friend Arno this morning because my dog has more of a fucking social life than I do. And there's just something about like, I don't have human children, but I have God graced me with these little animals' lives to take care of. And I just feel like so honored that they chose me to be their mommy because I 150 million% when I was a little girl, like my entire childhood would dream of having little animals that were just mine, that were obsessed with me. And the way my animals are obsessed with me just fills my heart with so much love. But also, ladies, we have options now. We could have kids all different ways at all different ages. So let us not be discouraged that it didn't come, when we wanted it to, or it might not come at all or whatever. But there's so many options for us to give our love and show our love. And yeah, but I definitely feel like I'm starting to feel menopause creeping in. I don't know, because my mom went into it early, my grandma went into it late. I'm not really sure where I'm going to fit into that category. But I'm getting ahead of it, weightlifting, eating good, sleeping good, simple life, keeping everything, getting my rest and keeping good people around me and trustworthy people around me. And that's really all you could do. So I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Daily Dish. We covered a lot. We covered a lot. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next dish. Cha-cha, ta-ta. Ciao, ciao. Dishers, love you guys.